Have you ever wondered what makes international trade smooth and predictable, or why some countries always seem to have stable prices for imported goods? It often comes down to currency stability. But what if achieving that stability required giving up a powerful tool for managing a nation's own economy? The direct answer is yes. A country generally must sacrifice some degree of monetary policy independence when it adopts a fixed exchange rate system, especially if it also desires free movement of capital across its borders. This fundamental trade-off is a cornerstone of international macroeconomics. This concept is best understood through what economists call the impossible trinity, or the trilemma. This principle states that a country cannot simultaneously achieve three things: a fixed exchange rate, free capital mobility, and an independent monetary policy. If a government decides to peg its currency to another, like the United States dollar, and also allows money to flow freely in and out of the country, then its central bank loses the ability to independently set interest rates or control the money supply to suit domestic economic needs. The central bank's primary role becomes maintaining the fixed exchange rate, often by intervening in foreign exchange markets. So, how does this work in practice? If a country with a fixed exchange rate and free capital movement experiences domestic inflation, its central bank cannot simply raise interest rates to cool the economy, as an independent central bank might. Raising rates would attract foreign capital, putting upward pressure on the currency and threatening the fixed peg. To maintain the peg, the central bank would have to sell its own currency and buy foreign currency, which would increase the money supply and potentially worsen inflation. Conversely, to defend the peg against depreciation, the central bank might be forced to raise interest rates to attract capital, even if the domestic economy needs lower rates to stimulate growth. This means that monetary policy becomes entirely subservient to the exchange rate target. A country choosing this path essentially imports the monetary policy of the currency it is pegged to. For example, if a small country pegs its currency to the United States dollar, its interest rates and money supply growth will largely be dictated by the Federal Reserve's policies, regardless of its own specific economic cycle or unemployment rate. This choice is not without its strategic benefits, offering predictability for trade and investment, but it demands a clear understanding of the trade-offs involved. Ultimately, the decision to pursue a fixed exchange rate requires a careful weighing of national economic priorities. Countries must assess whether the stability and predictability gained from a fixed rate outweigh the loss of flexibility in using monetary policy to respond to domestic shocks, manage inflation, or stimulate employment. It is a strategic choice that shapes a nation's economic destiny, highlighting the intricate connections between global finance and domestic well-being.